Right guys, I've got one again. Flip round. I'm excited to see what it is. That spot over there is looking pretty good. Hello everybody, welcome back to Fishing Buddies 123. Today, as you can tell, we are feeder fishing. We are at the trap, and if you checked out my latest video, before this one, I was here but doing a fishing match. I'm going to get some practice in because I have another one on Saturday, upcoming Saturday. Make sure to stay tuned for that one, guys. But yeah, just doing a bit like a quick afternoon session of feeder fishing. I might run through like a couple of bits and bobs about feeder fishing and stuff, and maybe a couple of tips that help me improve feeder fishing. If you want to follow me, I'm no, by all means, no pro. I'm just talking from experience about what I've worked well when I've been feeder fishing before. So I'll catch you in a minute, guys. So guys, my tip number one is choosing a feeder. So what feeder are you going to choose? So I'm just going to run with 3 feeders that I have on me at the moment. I'm sure there's more out there, but these are the 3 main ones. So first of all is this, which is a maggot feeder. So it just simply, well, my hand's a bit wet, but it does open up opens up here, and then you put your maggots in there, and then you close it back up, and then you obviously cast it out. So that's more of a maggot feeder. That's a maggot feeder. So you do that if you're catching smaller fish. This is what I use for carp fishing, but you can obviously use it as normal feeder fishing as well. This is just a normal classic feeder. You pack the ground bait around it, whether it's with a mould or whether it's with your hands. So you just put ground bait on that. This one is the one I'm using today, which is called a cage feeder. So it just basically, I'm going to show you now before I cast back out. Place this to the side. You basically just put it at the bottom there, and then you just pack your ground bait on the top of it like that. And then when you get it out, just squish it down on the top, and then that is your cage feeder. You can also put your bait in the cage feeder to stop it tangling, but I don't really do that often. I don't. Whenever I've done that, it doesn't really make a difference. You can if you want. I'm just going to change my sweet corn. Then it's a free running rig, so the ground bait feeder can just move along there with a little stop at the bottom with a line of hook bait just along here, all the way to a size 16 hook. And today my bait is going to be sweet corn. That is my go-to bait for most fish, really, carp included. And if you saw my top 5 carp baits for the summer, this was #1 on there. So just gonna hook your bait over there. So that is tip number 1. So guys, tip number 2 is casting. So you want to find a spot to cast to. So on a normal peg, like this is the peg we've chosen for today, we've got a couple of different spots that I would instantly go to. We've got where her little fish just jumped out there, just to the edge of that bush over there. And also this little incove to the left of me here seems pretty good to hold some fish, because it is quite deep here. It's about 13 foot or something in the middle, I think, so it's quite deep. Also to the right there is another good spot, which I'm going to be casting to on this cast. You want to be careful though, don't go too close to the tree, the branches there, because that could mean there's a sunken tree due to all the foliage around there. So if you're fishing close in, say, to that area just there, then you do an underarm flick, which is like that, and then you just let go like that. Or if you're casting further out on that one, you want to do an overhead cast. It's a bit hard on this peg to do an overhead cast because there's trees above us and everywhere. So I'm just going to flick it over to this area. Perfect. That is an underarm cast. Then, when the line has stopped going down, that means it's at the bottom of the lake. Then I haven't got a rod rest here, but I would recommend a rod rest. You just place it down, and and reel it in a little bit, just so the rod tip is bent a little bit. You can see that the rod tip is bent. And then that means if you've got a bite, it will tap the edges down. It's a very lightweight end to the rod. So if you get like a nibble or a knock or bite, it will bend round to indicate that you have hooked the fish or there's a fish around your line. So that's number 2, guys. God, guys, that was absolutely terrifying. Whew. Well, I was just moving some bait around just along here, and then all of a sudden I just felt the rod move, and the rod just whacked round all the way. It went all the way around there, almost fell in the water, almost like a heart attack. Just turned around, it was like almost flying in the water. It struck, and there was something decent on there, probably. It wasn't a bream, because bream don't fight, but that fought a little bit. It was probably like a crucian, I think, because it was a good bite and it felt decent. Either a big roach or a crucian. But yeah, that was absolutely. And then I was reeling it in and just pinged off, hook still on. But yeah, casting out straight just where those little muscles are, just out there. As you can see, I don't know if you can on camera. But I absolutely almost had a heart attack because I just wasn't expecting it. I just turned around and it was just flopping in the water like a fish. God. Well, we are now on to tip number 3. So let's get on to it. Right guys, I've got one again. Flip round. I'm excited to see what it is. That spot over there is looking pretty good. What is it? Oh, it's a crucian still.
I'll get the net.
There's the net, yeah, grab the net now. Thank you, matey. Oh, only thing, guys. Check out this dude. Oh, right. Oh, that's a decent crucian there, guys. Right, where's the hook gone? Right, there it is.
Nicely hooked.
Perfectly hooked, yeah. There he is, guys. Beautiful little crucian there. Ooh. Ooh. Getting released straight back, guys. There he is. Absolutely fantastic. Just to the edge of that bush. Let's get him cast straight back out there, guys.
So tip number 3, once you've cast out, you let the feeder drop to the bottom, let your line go slack, and then put your rod in position where you want to leave it, like we are here, and then slowly tighten the line so the tip just bends slightly. Can't quite see it that well with the shadow on the lake. That's better. So it takes a while. Like we said, this lake's quite deep, so yeah, so nice and tight, maybe a slight bit more. Yeah, that's it. Not too tight, but just tight enough so it registers a bite. Perfect.
There we go. I did, yeah. Filming the squirrel and I'm having a bite.
Just had this one, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh, he's a wriggler.
He is a wriggler, full of beans.
A wriggler. Full of those sweet corn I've been chucking out. Yeah, that's probably the biggest one of the day.
Yep. Pop him back in.
Pop him back in. Yeah, that's probably the biggest F1 I've ever caught. Well guys, that is the end of our session. We were just packing up all of our stuff. We didn't have much. Didn't have much because I only come, like I said, for a quick afternoon. But I've had a couple of bites and I had a couple of fish. I didn't think I'd be able to catch anything today because we couldn't be able to go to the bait shop or anything. We just bought a tin of sweet corn with us and just the backpack and the umbrella and rod and stuff. So we've done pretty well today. I'm pretty surprised and very pleased with how the day's gone so far. Well, how the day's gone. Soon we're going on a very exciting fishing trip. It's not a specific fishing trip, but it is a fishing holiday. So what we're doing is we're going on a holiday to a lodge, and the lodge is on a big fishing lake. So that's going to be kind of awesome, you know. Right, so we're going to be on the fishing lake, and I'm going to be fishing. It's a trout lake. I'm nowhere near. I'm not even an amateur in trout fishing. I've fished for trout 4 times before, and it was all at the lodge. So yeah, we've been there before. I've caught a couple of fish. If I can, I'll put the photos up now. If I can't, then I won't. But yeah, I caught a couple of decent sized trout from there once on our first time there. So I'm gonna take some maggots. I bought some spinners and lures and all that type of stuff. Probably, I don't know how to use them, but I'll try my best. But yeah, and it's just gonna be kind of like there's a hot tub facing the lake, so I might do a hot tub fish challenge, try and catch a fish in the hot tub. That'd be kind of funny. But yeah, thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe, and check out all my other videos. See you soon.